What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a bed swap kit for the Bambu A1. These are great if you want to run a more efficient print farm, or maybe you're set up at home, you just don't enjoy clearing the plates off, or you're just into automation. How these work is when your print finishes, the Z-axis moves all the way to the top, and then your build plate moves to the front and catches on the hook, and then it pulls it off the front of the printer, and then a new plate is loaded from the back. So to get started, we're going to need everything that you see here on the table. We're going to need our A1 Mini hardware kit, or if you have the hardware yourself, you can look at the list online. These tools over here will be helpful. You don't necessarily need them, but just a pair of pliers and a hammer. These 8 parts here on the right side, those are printed out of a higher temp material. We printed them out of ASA, and then the rest of the parts here on the left can just be printed out of a normal PLA material. To start off, we're going to clear off our workspace. We're going to start by grabbing the magnets out of our hardware kit. Then we can take them out of the bag. And as you'll see, we have 4 small magnets. We have 4 small magnets, and then we have 4 larger magnets. So we're going to take 2 of the larger magnets, and these are going to be pushed into the hole on the back of the tray mount, just like this. As you can see, it's flush in there. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just snap those into place. Now we take our 4 smaller magnets, and as you see, 2 go on the front of each of these pieces. So we're going to take these, and we'll go ahead and use our pliers for this step. We will place a magnet on our pliers, and we will place a magnet on our plier, and I'll simply pinch it into the hole in the front. And then we'll do that with the rest of the magnets. These magnets help the build plate from falling off when it's reloading onto the printer. Now the next step, we can take these sides, and we need to match them up with the proper side. So the side that printed down on the build plate is going to correspond to the side with the Infinity Flow logo on it. And you see these 2 dovetails here. You can simply press them into place. And then this is where that hammer comes in handy. If it doesn't snap in nicely like that, just give it a few taps so that it sits flush. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. That's it for the build plate holder. Now we're going to build the front hook, and then we can move on to putting it onto the printer. So for the front hook, you're going to need these 4 parts right here. So first, you're going to slide this piece onto the dovetail here, snap it into place. And then as you can see, there's a little hole here which will fit our key to lock it into place. So we just want to push that in, make sure it's all the way in. And then this part can be a little tricky, but you take your pivot hook and you spread it apart like that, and then you push it down until it snaps into place in the holes, and make sure it sits all the way in and can move freely. Now we're going to go ahead and grab one of our springs out of the hardware bag, and then one of our screws here. And then we're also going to grab the Allen key out of our other bag. And then we can take our spring, put the bolt head through it, and you screw it into place right in this hole here. All right, now we can take the other end of our spring and simply hook it around this piece here. Sometimes it helps to take the Allen key and just snap it into place. And as you can see, this can now open and will retract automatically. Now that we've done that, it's time to start assembling things on the Bambu A1. So first we want to flip our printer over. I'll get a close-up to give you a better angle. So on the front, we're going to want to take another one of our screws. It's an M3 by 12 millimeter screw. And we're going to want to take the existing screw out of the center hole under the build plate. Go ahead and take that out. And then we're going to take our build plate catcher, slot it into place, put our screw in the hole, and retighten that down. Now we can flip our printer over and do the same on the back side. We're going to take out the middle screw, and then we're going to use an M3 by 12 millimeter screw to connect the rear hook and the cable holder to the back of the printer. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and grab our zip tie, run it through this hole on the back, and then wrap it around your cable, and then pull it nice and tight, and that'll hold your cable in place and stop it from folding. Now that we've done that, we're going to go to the top of the printer on the right side, and we're going to remove this cap here. Once we remove that cap, there's two rightmost screws. We're going to remove those, but make sure you save them because we're going to use that to attach our new piece. Now we take our new piece and we slide it down into place, and then you can tighten it down with the two screws. Now that that's tight, we're going to take our cable housing that you can see here, and we're going to push it up firmly into the bottom of that piece. And then we're going to slide the other end of the cable housing into the front hook, and then push that firmly into place as well. And then we can slide our cable through the pivot arm and then into the cable housing. Make sure you push that all the way through. Then you can see it come up out of the top here. Now we can push it all the way through, and then we can take our slider and slide the cable through that, and then slide the slider down into the top. Now we're going to put our screw into place. We want to make sure that the cable is pulled tight without lifting the front pivot up, as you can see, and then we will tighten it all the way down. With all that done, we can go ahead and put the front pivot under the front of the Bambu A1. All you have to do is lift it up a little bit and then put the front pivot under, and make sure you push it down into place. There's two holes on the bottom of the A1. Those should align with the two pins on the front pivot. Now that that's in place, we can take our print in place cable holder, open that up, put the cable in it, and then snap it around the side of the A1. And then we're going to do the same thing with the build plate holder on the back. There should be two holes on each side. Make sure those line up. Now we take our rear brace and we push that down into place. Make sure it snaps all the way down so it's flush or below. Now it's time to drill out our holes in our build plate. So we're going to take the 3D printed guide that was included with the kit, and then you're going to take either a Sharpie or a pen, put the 3D printed guide on and line it up with the build plate, and then you can draw two little circles, and that's going to be your marks to drill. And then take the included drill bit and drill two holes in the front of the build plate. Make sure that you either do this hanging off the edge of a table or you put a piece of wood or something underneath so you don't hurt the surface you're drilling on. All right, I've drilled my two holes. Now I can put the build plate clip into place and then screw it down onto the build plate. Just like that, your Bambu A1 bed swap kit is finished. You just want to place a build plate in the front and then as many as you want in the back, and we can get to printing. Alright, now that we have our swap kit all set up, we can go ahead to Bambu Studio and import our printer config for the swap kit. So we're going to go to File, Import, Import Configs, and then we're going to select our printer preset zip file. We can open that, and then you can hit OK. And we've now imported it, so click on our printer drop down, and we're going to select the Infinity Flow Bed Swap V2. And you'll see the bed exclusion zone in the front of the print bed, and now you can import a print file, slice it, and send it to your printer. Now that we have the file saved with the proper G-code to clear the bed at the end of the print, We need a way to loop this, otherwise we're just going to be able to do one job and clear the bed at a time, and that's not super useful for us. What we're going to be doing is using FlowQ, which allows you to connect your printers, and then you can add your files to a queue, and whichever part is up next, it'll send to the printer, automatically clear the bed, and start the next print. So how we're going to do this is we're going to go to the Files tab, we're going to upload, and we're going to click here, and then we're going to select our print that we just sliced. Now that we're importing it, we can select the printer model as our Bambu A1, select our black PLA, and then we're going to click here that says, does this file contain automatic print injection G-code, which it does, and we can complete the upload. Once that finishes, we can click on the file and add it to the queue, and again we're going to hit auto start next task. This will make it so that as soon as the print finishes, it'll start the next one, and we're going to say we want to print 2 of these in a row just to test out the auto clearing and starting the next task. So we're going to go ahead and add it to the queue. Once that's done, you can go back to your dashboard and you can hit mark as ready on your printer, and it'll automatically pull the job, and then as soon as the job is completed, it'll go ahead and start the next one when the bed's cleared. If you have any more questions about FlowQ, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or go check out our other videos on our YouTube channel where you can see how to set it up and use it properly. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.